pixelating the old lady garden.
I won't be showing my lady garden.
Well, it's a fanny magnet, so where do you put it?
Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning. Oh, I've just got to do me a mirror. I'm just going over the bridge. I'm going off to work. I'm starting in Woburn today. Then into Dunstable. I'm not mega busy hairdressing wise today and tomorrow, so I'm going to my sister's when I finished sort of lunchtime today. Do half a day there today, and then I'm going to stay over because I've only got half a morning, or half a day rather, tomorrow. So then I'm going to go back to my sister's. Oh, don't lock the door, don't lock the door, don't lock the door. So I just lock the gate. Bum chickens, that means I've got to get out. Are they not up for work? It's 8:20. Oh, I'm back. Somebody's obviously late this morning because the gate's normally open this time of the morning. It's what, 22 minutes past 8. So I've got, I don't know if you can see, I've got deck chairs in the back because my sister lives not far from the tip where she is. So I'm taking them down to put them in their tip. Saved me a job up here. I could have taken them yesterday, but I forgot. I didn't think of it until last night. Oh, it's a lovely morning, but it's blooming cold. What is it? 2 degrees. The car hasn't dinged to tell me it's cold. It only normally dings at 3 degrees. Whether it's going up to 3 degrees or down to 3 degrees, it dings at 3. So it obviously doesn't think 2 degrees is cold, but 3 degrees it does. Right, yeah, so all my stuff is on my front seat today because the deck chairs are in the back. So I normally put them in the back and then work from there because then it's easier. So I've got my tea, I've got my cereal bar, I've got my banana, so I have my little snackage going on, and I don't know where I'm going because I'm not paying attention. See, that's naughty. It's terrible sometimes, you just kind of get into autopilot when you're driving, and then sometimes you think, where am I going? And you go, oh yes, it's okay, I'm going the right way. If I use my sat nav, then it doesn't tell me to come this way, but I always come this way because I think it's easier and there's less bumps. There's a few, but not loads. As in cushions, not just general bumps in the road. Look, there's no cows. Sometimes there's cows in this green, which is quite cute. It's like the village green, and then sometimes there's cows on it, sometimes there's sheep on it. So it's quite nice to see them when you go past. Christmas tree exhibition, 27th and 28th of November at the church here. Oh gosh. Oh. I couldn't get to sleep when I first went to sleep last night. Well, not that I went to sleep. I couldn't get to sleep when I first went to bed. And then I did go to sleep, and then I was in a deep sleep, and then didn't want to wake up. Ooh. It's digging going up there. Oh, I've not noticed that before. Oh, I bet that's to do with the hub. Is it happening? Is it not happening? I don't know. Didn't realise they were spreading this far. It's very bright. I might have to put my sunglasses on. Just going over the motorway. I like to have a glance at it, see what's going on, but it's probably too late to turn back now, even if it was horrendous. I love the stone that some of these houses are built with. I just like that kind of house, that kind of stone. I'm blind, I can't see. I'm gonna cheat and go in the middle of these bumps there. Gosh. My car doesn't like these bumps, and I'm sure they're too high in Northampton. I'm sure they should be regulation height, and they're abusing their regulations. Because my car goes when I go over them. Yeah, there's traffic over there. Mr. Beagley. Oh, God, it's boiling in here now. Oh, we were boiling in the bag last night because we had the fire on, as you probably know, for the first time. And when I got this morning, it was 33 degrees. So I opened a window while I was in the shower, and then I came out the shower, even though the window was open, it was then 34 degrees. It's like, what's that all about? So Paul did say he wasn't going to bother trying to keep the fire in last night, so but then he said this morning he was up doing the fire at 5, so I don't know. The fire's not my department, so as long as I'm warm, I let him take care of that. That's a blue job. I hate this time of year with the sun because you're driving blind. Actually, I need to turn this heat down. Window. It's a bit roundy until we get to the motorway, and then it's straight down until I come off the motorway, obviously. Warms up by Saturday because I've been invited out for a paddle on Saturday, and well, the girl who invited me, she's in a kayak, so but even so, I said I'm not going if it's snowing. And then we used to ride our dirt bikes in the snow. That was great fun, but I'm not sure about paddleboarding in the snow. That's slightly different. Although I can still do a little trick of wearing a heat pad on my back. I used to wear a heat pad on my back under my t-shirt, or on top of my t-shirt, under my body armor, and that used to keep me nice and warm and tasty. Sitting in traffic. So this is the boring part of the journey. So I'm going to go so I can concentrate on my driving, which I should be doing. See, I'll wait till I stop before I turn it off. I should stop just over here. And another queue. See you later. Oh, hello again. Right, I've finished with my clients for the day, even though it's only lunchtime. I've just been in to see my little old dear Pat, who I try and pop and see her sort of 3 times a week. I spend more time with her on a Wednesday, and then but the other days I just try and pop in just to make sure she's all right, because she's 94. But so I had a bacon sandwich at her house, which was very nice. She was just finishing cooking something for herself, so she said, oh, she always says, help yourself, get what you want. So I thought, oh well, as there's bacon on the go, I might as well have a bacon sandwich. So yeah, that was very nice. And she's very deaf, so she does struggle, because I did ring her yesterday to remind her that her chewing gum was being delivered. Like, she couldn't hear me, love her. So so yes, I just popped in to make sure she got her chewing gum, and because she likes a certain one which they don't seem to sell in the shops, so I have to order it online for her. So at least she got that. And then she had papers everywhere. She was obviously having a sort out of her paperwork, so there was stuff everywhere. Oh dear, I think that's what keeps her going. She's always doing something. She was in the garden yesterday, and so I hope I'm as still as active when I'm 94, if I get to 94. So I'm now off. I'm taking off my hairdressing hat and putting on my decorator's hat, and off to my skinny blisters to finish her doors, which seem to have taken me forever. So I think I've got 2 doors to do, but one door's had a coat already, so that needs 2 coats, and the other one hasn't had any coats because I had to wait for the carpenter to come back last week to adjust that. So yeah, I've got that, and then the sideboard to paint again. I've painted the sideboard twice already. It must be over 40 years old, the sideboard. It was my granddad's, and it was in storage for a few years, and because my sister wanted it in the house, but she didn't really have room, and her husband didn't like it, but my sister got her own way, as my sister gets her own way, and it's now in her living room. But yeah, so I painted it to try and upcycle it, but she didn't like the colour, so I painted it again. She still doesn't like the colour. So hopefully Madam has got some ideas for me to so I can do it. I don't know how, but yes, so I shall do that. I'll be doing that today and tomorrow. Like I said, I'm doing my split shift with my decorator's hat on. Oh, and this road will be closed from New Year's Eve to the 7th of... Oh no, 30th of... Oh, I don't know when it's closed. That looked like the 30th of December to the 7th of December, so that's clever. So I'll have to check the sign again. Though I do normally try and avoid this town centre because it's a nightmare. And there's a man standing in the middle of the road for some strange reason. Oh, he's waving his mobile phone around. Maybe he can't get signal. Why did I come this way? More traffic lights, more traffic lights. I'll get across them without. It does say 31st of the 12th, 2021 to the 7th of the 12th, 22. It can't be shot for 11 months. It's probably going to be shot for a couple of weeks. They just haven't put January. They've put December and December. Stupid asses. More traffic lights. Right. I will go now while I'm sitting at traffic lights. See you later. Well, I'm back at my sister's, painting the doors and doing the sideboard, like I said earlier. But I had a bit of a false start because the TV cabinet that was going back was re-delivered. And then my brother-in-law didn't like that one. It wasn't as colourful as the last one. So my sister was on the phone to the fella who then bought back the old one, which was bowed slightly. So they've kept the old one rather than the new one. They'll put up with a bow in it because they prefer the colour of that one. It was all very complicated. But I managed to go to the tip. I sneaked to the tip around here, took our deck chairs, so they're gone. And I was just going to go and have a look at my my bedroom for the evening. And look what I came across. Well, this is my bed, allegedly. So, I might be sleeping on that chair. I'll obviously have to clear it before I go to bed. I've had a nice peaceful evening because my sister and her husband have gone to Centre Parks for the evening with their girls, and so I've been sitting here watching the telly and doing some knitting. So one of Zep's girls is having a baby in January, so I'm making her a little cardie for a little bubby, and she's having a boy, as you can guess by the blue. So that's the first sleeve. So now I'm going to start the second one. It's 10 to 10, so I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Oh, tired. Start the second sleeve and then go to bed. So see you later. Nighty night.
Hello everybody and happy Wednesdays. Didn't do any recording whatsoever yesterday, so I'm just hoping the lady of the boat has been doing some. She stayed down in Ampthill last night at her sister's. She's doing a bit more decorating to fill in the time between hairdressing clients, so coming back and forth was a bit too much of a faff. I also wanted a day or two off as I've gone and got Connor's bloody cold. I knew that would happen. Anyways, right at this moment I'm trying something new out that I primarily wanted to do for one of the other channels, as well as I think it might come in handy when we finally get our podcast going. Don't worry, we've not forgotten about that. And I still really want to do it. It takes a bit of planning, and we need to find some time in Lee's busy schedule to actually record it, you know. Anyway, I'll give you a little bit of a clue if you've not spotted it yet. By the way, this is the first time I've tried something like this whilst recording a video. I used to use it when I was learning lyrics or songs and performing on stage with songs that are new to me and all that sort of stuff. It was a lot better than leaving loads of scraps of paper on there. But this one's a little bit more sophisticated. Have you guessed it yet? If you've been watching my eyes closely, come on, look into my eyes. Yeah, I'm using a teleprompter. And the really cool thing about this one that made me part with a massive £8.99 is that it's using voice recognition to scroll. So how cool is that, eh? Obviously, it's not going to be used on this channel really very much because I'm the king of talking bollocks without a script here. But sometimes I need to remember what I want to say, especially when I'm having a rant. And also I can use it just as bullet points so I can it can remind me what I'm trying to think about, because sometimes it's hard to think, you know. Bye.
Good morning, it's Wednesday morning. I'm on my way to work in the fog. So I feel tired today. I don't know why. I did sleep alright. But I don't know why. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I think that's Connor. Thank you, Connor, for giving me your germs. So I don't know. I spoke to Paul last night. He said he's got Connor's cold. So that's not good. But of course Paul's will be far worse than mine. So it always is. I smell like Paul today actually, because in a nice way. I'm lazy and I never take any toiletries or anything if I stay at my sister's, because I think she's got everything. But I can never find her deodorant, so she must hide it or not use it, I don't know. So I found some in the bathroom and it was her husband's, but it's the same one that Paul uses. So I thought, that'll have to do. I think I've got some in here somewhere. But I thought, oh well, as it's there, I'll put it on, so that's alright. So I don't mind smelling like him. Oh dear. I'm just going for a nice little village on my way. My sister went off to work. Well, she was up at 6. Oh yeah, she got up at 6 this morning. I did hear her. And then she went off to work. I heard the door going, so her husband took her to the station. And then I heard him go back to bed. A bit later on, I must have dozed off and then woke up again. And then I got up, got ready. And then I heard him getting up and I thought, oh, that's early for him. And then he came down and was moaning that he's up early because they're having a new front door fitted today. So he said, oh, they might be here before 8 o'clock. So he wasn't too impressed with that. But they just arrived just before I was leaving. So at least that'll be done today. Another tick off of their seemingly never-ending list of decorating things. Oh dear. And as I was standing in the kitchen making me a cup of tea this morning, I looked up above the cupboard. Is like a bit of a void in the roof that they've had made into a cupboard, because I suggested they keep the leaves of their table up there out of the way, so they've had that made into a cupboard. And as I sort of glanced up, I thought, oh, those cupboard doors need another coat of paint. So I thought, no. That's another one to my list. So yes, I should go back later on once I finished work this morning. Well, I've got 4 clients, including my little old dear Pat, and then I've ordered her shopping to come today between 1 and 2. So I normally get it to go there on a Wednesday, so I can be there and help her put it all away and everything. So I've got that coming. So she will feed me again, bless her, and then I'll go back to my sister's. So I think I'll just paint the doors today, get them painted. Although, because I shut the door last night and was painting behind the door, this morning, last night after I packed everything away, I then opened the door, and then I remembered that I hadn't painted the edge of the door. So that's a pest. So but I think I'll finish the doors today, and then, well, at least get a coat on that. Maybe I'll sneak another one on before I leave. And then the next time I go, it'll be doors on the new cupboard and the sideboard. And then that'll be it before Christmas, I think. So I don't think there's anything else left on the list, unless they make jobs or find things. Oh, we've got to sort out the front curtain rail, because as I put a sheet over the curtains to cover them up, I heard a little tinkling of plaster. So, because we knew that was a bit dodgy, but that needs looking at again. So that's going on the list, back on the list. So yeah, it's a nasty morning this morning. Foggy fog. Getting on now in my car. So I should be to my first client. I've just remembered that she said, oh, don't be late, I'm on a time budget next week. So I don't know, I can't remember where she's going. Dentist or somewhere. Excited. Ooh, down the hill. Right, so I'm off now. That's it really. I don't know what else to say. So, I'm going. I've got me my little stash here. I've got some throat sweets. So I'll have one of them. I'm sure I'll be alright. I won't, collapse in a heap just because I've got a bit of a sore throat. Right. I shall see you later. Well, it is decorating dinner night. This is our decorating dinner. If I get home late from my sister's, then this is decorating dinner. So I'm in the queue for decorating dinner. See you later.
I still love clouds, I do. Might have to go and get my proper camera out and take a picture of this. So, I bought this little booster seat for the sofa because I needed rising a little bit off the sofa, and it's one of them there memory foam things for better posture when I'm at my computer. And it seems some little hound has decided he likes that as well. Haven't you? Yes, I'm talking to you, Hector, the mightiest of hounds in the mightiest of places. You are sitting on my throne. You're not bothered. Bye. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Lee?
Yes.
Have you got anything to tell us? You've been away, haven't you?
I've been away.
You have?
Well, I have, yes. Well, I only had a few clients yesterday morning and this morning, so I then went to my sister's and did half a day yesterday and half a day today. And I've finally finished our doors.
Have you got lots of video footage?
Well, I don't know about lots, but there's some video footage.
That's a good job, because I've done hardly anything.
Oh, you've had man flu, haven't you?
I have. It's all too much. I have to have a beer to sort of try and help it. I didn't drink anything yesterday.
Oh,
I did drink something. I drank water and
nor did I.
Lemsip.
I didn't have any wine yesterday.
I still feel a bit shit, to be fair. So is that it? That's all you're going to share with us?
Well, yeah, because I've talked about it on camera before.
Oh.
I'm working locally tomorrow.
We could just smile at the camera for a bit.
I'm working locally tomorrow, then I'm back down south Friday.
Where are you working tomorrow? Blisworth.
I'm working over at the junction. And
At the junction?
Yes.
Are you doing Andrea's hair?
I am.
You're doing her fringe?
Oh yes, God help me.
I tell you. Not a lot's been going on here since you've been away, to be fair.
You didn't starve to death or waste away.
Well, I didn't feel well yesterday, did
No.
I? And no one helped me.
me.
So all I had soup for breakfast. Not for breakfast.
Soup for breakfast.
I had soup for lunch. And then I started feeling worse in the afternoon. Bad throat. And that's what I've got now. And nasty, snotty bollocks. And then I thought, well, I don't want. I was gonna do myself some of my own special chips and a, what was that other thing? Black pudding thing. Oh, corned beef hash or something.
Corned beef crisp bake.
Yeah. And then I thought, no, I can't be asked. I don't feel like eating, so I had beans on toast. And I actually enjoyed them. Hector did as well. He likes beans on toast,
Yeah,
does Hector?
sometimes it's just nice just to have like beans on toast or sketty on toast or something.
Aye.
It's just.
And then because I had a little sleep in the afternoon because of my bad night's sleep the other night, the night before, then me and Hector didn't go to bed till about 1 o'clock, probably a little bit after that. We actually went for a walk about midnight, didn't we, Hector? Which was funny.
God.
And then I didn't wake up till, well, I think it was about 9:45, 9:30, 9:45. And Hector hadn't even been barking yet. As soon as he saw me stirring, his head was out the window, because he did come to bed with me last night. His head was between the crack of the curtains, barking at everything. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'm getting up then. Then I was horrified to see the time, I say.
Horrified.
Oh, not really, I was knackered. That's it, really. Rhododendron. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out here today. I just averted what could have been a big disaster, I say. I lit the fire this morning. I let it go out last night. And I put my wood in, as you do, me, kindling and stuff, lit it, and a great big load of ash came down. I thought, that's strange. Of course, it was lit and it was on fire, so I thought I'd best quickly have a look outside. And yeah, we had a bit of a chimney fire, not a proper fire, but it was spewing out loads of nastiness, hot ash, and it was going over the cratch cover. So I obviously acted quickly and shut the vent on the fire and put it out straight away, and averted a disaster. It was smoking down at the bottom a bit there, but I sorted it. But yeah, that was a bit worrying. And it just goes to say, mate, anyone who, if you're lighting your fire, check your chimney, check it's not clogged, because I've obviously fallen into that trap and didn't brush it out enough. So I'm going to brush it out now and relight the fire and hope we don't set on fire, eh? So yeah, that was a bit silly of me, I reckon. But there we go, these things happen. Bye. Right, I've swept it out. I'll go and have a look what destruction I've caused inside. I did leave the door closed, obviously. So we'll go and see what sort of shit ended up in the fire, because a lot came back out the other way. We'll have a look. Right, let's have a look then, shall we? It's not horrific. There's enough in there, isn't there? Worrying. But there you go, I'll put my hand up there now and see what's going down. Bye! Well, it wasn't quite as bad as I was expecting, to be honest. So I'm not quite sure what happened. It seemed more like rust and stuff coming off the inside of the pipes, the flue, than anything else. So that's probably why I didn't spot it. But because I did look down it before I lit the fire, and it looked fairly clear. So, when I lit it for the first time, and it was fine. So it wasn't blocked or anything. It was just, I think, some of the stuff where the rust had got, it kind of came off and went up in the air. And because we've got no top hat on our chimney, obviously it comes straight out. And that was quite worrying. So I say it probably wasn't as serious as I'm making out, but I think I learned something today, to be honest with you. Check your flue, everyone. Just make sure. It's well worth it. Took me 5 minutes, well, 20 minutes, and I got filthy. But there you go. And my dead cat's bouncing. Look, can you see it? Attached it at the back. And I tell you what, that's really important that you make sure you attach your dead cat to the back. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Good morning, it's Thursday morning, I think. I'm just off to my first client of the day. I'm just come out the gate of the back end of the marina, because I'm going over to the junction, because that's where Andrea is on her boat this morning. So, oh, it's a bit chilly willy. So I'll just show you where I'm going. See if we can see her. I'll have to stop and start as I need to turn round. We're going over there.
I also include, this is okay. This is something I had removed out of my ceiling. That was my solar.
Nice.
Solar.
Nice.
Thank God I'm here to have my hair cut.
Exactly.
I could have just been
We're
toast.
just going to have a cup of tea in our lovely cups. You can decide which one's which yourselves.
Clearly we're both two fabulous words.
And here we have the finished article. Madam's immense hair. Lovely and straight and tangle free.
Ish. And I have straight ends. What was that thing I said earlier? A haircut is not new hair ever. It's just different edges.
Indeed.
It's true though.
It is.
Am I a princess?
You are a princess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that looks better, doesn't it? That should be better. We're not on fire anyway. I'm happy enough with that. Bye. Lee,
Yes?
you know how much we miss Facebook?
Do we?
No. But this is like one of the Facebook shots of our dinner.
Yeah.
What have we got, Lee Lawson?
Well, I dreamt that you asked for tempura chicken.
What
and,
temperature was it going to be?
and chili sauce, sweet chili sauce. So we've got tempura chicken, sweet chili sauce, halloumi, and jerk fries.
I love halloumi. It squeaks your teeth, doesn't it? Well, what's left of them. Oh, it's so salty, it's so nice, so bad. See you later, bye.
Bye.
Good camera angle, by the way, isn't it?
This is dinner angle.
Of what? Lee,
Yes.
that's a really nice dinner.
Oh, good. I'm glad I dreamt that.
It was a nice dinner, to be fair. So where did you get that temperature chicken from?
Howdy.
Lee, it's been a weird vlog, isn't it? Because you've taken over.
Have I?
You have. You've done the whole vlog almost.
I apologise for that in advance.
You have to do all the cutting of your journeys and stuff. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten completely what I was going to talk about. I could just burp speak instead. I nearly. Look, you can't see because I can't turn the camera. If this was a really clever camera, it'd do it by motion control and go ooh, like Star Wars. But the little debacle this morning when I tried to set the boat on fire. Don't be shaking your head. It weren't my fault.
Who didn't sweep the chimney?
Well, who didn't? Neither of us, to be fair.
Well, it's not my department.
See, it's funny, isn't it? They blame that.
That's a blue
It's
job.
not my.
That's a blue job.
But if it was something that she was supposed to, she'd soon say, "Well, it weren't. You didn't check," wouldn't she? Anyway, we digress. I like that word. We digress. We've got gaffer tape now on the cracks because we did have a few little holes up here.
Few. One,
Yeah, so we're going to get a new. Well, I didn't make them holes. The heat did. So we're going to go and get a new temperature. So I'm thinking about my temperature chicken. We're going to go and get a new chimney at the weekend. We're going to get a stainless steel one, hopefully.
Jumble.
And a tall one with a hat on. Because Lee likes Paul Young, and wherever he lays his hats is a home. Little joke there to brighten up your Thursday evening. Did you just
No,
fart?
it was my trainer on the box.
Lee's going to do a review of her fanny magnet. I'll tell you what. She obviously doing a video review is going to be a little bit hard, isn't it? I'm going to have to do a lot of post editing, and with the old pixelation machine, pixelating the old lady garden.
I won't be showing my lady garden.
Well, it's a fanny magnet, so where do you put it? It's kind of like saying, well, it goes on my head. I'll video my head. Well, then it's a head magnet, but it's a fanny magnet. So if it's a fanny magnet, you've got to show it on your fanny. Do you not think, everyone? Well, where else are you going to put it? Well, to be honest, it's been stuck to the freezer half the bloody time.
And the trolley in the supermarket.
It's all too much.
My watch, that attracts to it sometimes.
Oh. I don't actually know what to say. I think that's it for Thursday. Lee won't be videoing tomorrow, so you'll have to put up with me.
I'm working all day. I've got a busy day tomorrow.
Well, I'll be working, but I can still talk shit while I work. Bye.
I'm getting hot now. Bye.
You're always hot, darling. It is bloody hot on here. I'll tell you what, it's hotter than if we set the bloody place on fire. So, bye. Ding ding, ding 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 ding, ding 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 ding. I think you've slept enough today so far, Hector. Yeah, you can go there. Look, straight away. You want in a tiggle? I'll tell you. Bye. Hello, everyone, and happy Fridays. I'm at the doctor's for me Doppler test. I wonder if I'll get refused. Have a guess why. You know why. We'll see if they refuse me treatment. Bye. Well, I'm back to the boat after my Doppler test, which didn't happen, as I knew it wouldn't. Hey, perhaps you know what I'm talking about now. I won't wear a mask. It's as simple as that. I won't be part of this at all, especially now I've had enough of all this shit. So there was no way I was wearing a mask. And when I went in there, it's fine when you go into the surgery, don't say anything. Then when I went into the actual nurse, and I've got nothing against the nurse, absolutely lovely girl. Not her fault, I don't suppose. Perhaps she's complicit, but there you go. So I went in and she said, can I ask you to wear a face mask? And I said, no. I said it very calmly and very politely, to be fair. I'm just surmising here. So I obviously refused to, and she kept trying to coerce me into wearing one. And honestly, it was coercion. And I said, look, well, this ends two ways. I'm not going to wear a face mask, and you know why. And I'm quite happy just to go. That's fine, no problem, as long as I can ask you a couple of questions. And she was kind of saying, oh, you're putting me in a difficult situation because you're in here over 15 minutes, you have to wear a mask. And my response to that was, COVID must be very clever if it's on a bloody timer, eh? So I don't know what to say really, but I didn't get my Doppler test, but I did spend 10 or 15 minutes in there, and there really isn't any big issue, I don't think, anyway. So there's a couple of things I've got to do, but that's it. But my blood pressure in there, because I'd rolled myself up, my blood pressure is normally 142, 143, over 83, 86, somewhere around there. So not horrific for my age. It was 179 because I was so stressed, and that's what it does to me. It stresses me so much, and that's all because of a fucking face mask. Excuse the language, by the way, but it does wind me up. So anyway, like I say, nothing against her, but I also then, we did kind of start talking a little bit, and I said to her, part of the reasons I'm absolutely come to my end with all this now is because of what I'm seeing going on in Australia and what's going on in Austria. And she didn't really know what I was on about, so I showed her on my phone about what's going on in Northern Territories in Australia. And she used to live in Australia, and she's absolutely horrified. She didn't know it was happening, and she says, I can't believe that. And obviously I showed her, and she listened to the Aboriginals talking about it, and she's dumbfounded. She didn't know that in Austria they're locking down the unvaccinated. It's amazing that how many people don't actually know what's going on. I mean, we're talking medical professionals here. Like I say, nothing against her, absolutely lovely lady. She just caught me on a day where I wasn't going to comply. Well, I'm not going to comply anyway. I've had enough, and I wish more people had the ball sacks to do the same, to be honest, especially those who say they know something's wrong but then continue to carry on and comply. That to me, it blows my mind. So all these things that are going on, I think, at the moment with my body, is stress. It's as simple as that. It's down to stress, and this is what this is doing to us. Anyway, on a happier note, I think we're going to call it just about that for this vlog. I think the vlog's going to be about 40 odd 50 minutes long, so goodness knows what we've been talking shit about. The normal, I suppose. So yeah, so I hope you have an absolutely fabulous weekend, everyone. It's not going to be very nice weather, but if we get a bit of snow, it might be a laugh. And I'll speak to you in the next few days. Love you all. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, press the bell and all that bollocks.